none of us wants to work with a great coder that's a really big jerk that doesn't care about people, has no compassion. We want these things in all of our workforces, and HR needs to be the one leading the pack there, developing them in the people and thinking about those. Those human skills matter more now than ever before. And the research that we're seeing across all these different sources tells us that those things are really hard for algorithms to replicate. There's a fun thing in the research called Moravec's paradox. I'm going to nerdy on you for a second here. And Moravec came up with this when he said, listen, the things that it's really easy to teach AI, like advanced statistics and calculus. If you look at my high school grades, you'll know that I was not made to do calculus. Okay. But algorithms, it's linear. There's a right answer or a wrong answer. They're very good at that. But you try to teach an algorithm how to interact with someone, how to know the right cues, how to see when their body language shifts and know that means the person's uncomfortable. Any HR leader can do that. Many of us can do that. Even if you're not in HR, you've seen that in enough conversations and you can do that intuitively. It's hard to teach an algorithm that. So we have these human things that are an edge against the algorithms, and we need to not ignore those, but hone those and build those, because those are the muscles, those are the skills that are going to carry us into the future.
And that's a good a good factor there, because I think a lot of people are nervous that AI is going to replace us,
Mhm.
even in just like the sci-fi world of it all. But you're saying at least in the HR space, you still need the humans there. So that's
You
important.
still need the humans for sure, and you need the human skills across the board. AI cannot replicate those things as easily as we can produce them and use them. And if you feel like I'm not very creative or I'm not very curious, well, then build that, practice that, hone that. Don't just leave it to chance. Say I'm just not going to be good at that. No, we can lean in and say I'm going to be more compassionate on purpose, and make yourself do that. And the more you do it, the better you'll be.
And I always love ending our conversations kind of talking to the future. So today we spoke a lot about AI as the new technology that we are focusing on. But is there any other tech out there that we should be looking forward to that will help change the HR world within the
Mm.
next few years? Or is it mainly AI and just different ways of using that?
I actually talked with a company recently that had built a wearable device. And let's say we had a group coming in for onboarding. They were all coming from different backgrounds and everything else. They came together. When I got close to someone else that had a similar interest to mine, the badges would light up. And it was my cue to go and say, hey, look, you got my number on your badge. Let's find what we have in common. And that sort of thing to me is an example of how technology can reinforce that human connection, the power of that and the value of that, not leave it to chance, not just putting something in a database and saying, oh, look, here's my interests, but let's come together as real people and have a good conversation and try to find where we have common ground, because more often than not, we'll find, even if we don't always believe the same things, agree on the same things, we do have common ground somewhere. And that's where we can start building from for a better relationship.
I love that. And I love that's a great way to end our episode today on that message. That was so amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
And thank you, everyone out there, for listening. You can, as always, catch us every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And if you're hungry for other Purple Acorn shows, head to purpleacornnetwork.com and Purple Acorn on LinkedIn. See you next time, right from the desk with me, Jada Montemorano.